What am? Welcome back to Logix Lens, and today we're going to talk about Shank 2. If you guys haven't heard, there's a new Prince of Persia coming out. When they announced it at the Game Awards or the Summer Game, whatever it was announced at, I know on this channel I was live with it and I recorded my reaction, and I was pretty interested in that game. So it's getting closer to the release date, January. I just kind of started thinking about what 2D side scrollers were good and which, you know, that concept of the game, the good double A's, the side scroller. I know everybody wanted an open adventure for Prince of Persia, but I was not mad at what I saw. It looked pretty good, and some of the people that have played it already play tested, and they said that it was a pretty good experience, and they're looking forward to the game. So I'm looking forward. So until then, I just thought, what can I play to kind of get me back in that groove of, you know, the 2D side scrollers? And I thought about Shank. Shank is a game that came out during the PS3 era, which I definitely had it. I had Shank, and lo and behold, I can't download it again, of course, and we all know why. Then they had Shank 2. I did play Shank 2, but I did not remember it vividly, and to my understanding, it was a better version of Shank. So lo and behold, hit up Steam. What y'all know? They got it for $10. Cool. Let me replay Shank 2. And in 2023, Shank 2 still holds up as a great 2D side scroll beat 'em up. I know that the game came out 10 years ago. Well, actually 11. This is a 2013 game. You would think that it probably showed its age, but it just does not feel aged whatsoever. The art style, the combat, the fluidness of it all, it feels like if I handed you this game in 2023 as a 2D, you know, little short budget game to have fun with for a few hours and get out the way, you wouldn't know that it was made in 2013. Even with the idea of having so many characters to choose from once you keep replaying it, you know, of course it's kind of score based, so you want to complete certain objectives to get higher scores and whatnot. The beginning of the game, you know, they really walk you through how to play, of course, like everything else, but you soon realize that even the basic weapons that you start with have a plethora of combos and ways to diversify your combat. The mechanic of simply pouncing on someone leads to you to do a slow motion jump where you jump on top of the enemy and start hacking away at them for whatever weapon that you have in hand at that point. And even with that, you can then use your ranged weapon to shoot at enemies that come by while you're in the middle of stabbing up the guy that you're already on, and you can shoot in different directions, you know, whatnot. It's just a really fun and just endless ways to show combat in the game. Now, I know, like, I'm a big story guy, but I skipped through this story. I had no interest because I was just so enthralled with the combat in itself. There's a story in it somehow where I don't know, didn't care, but it's just Shank 2. It's like just like a Rambo inspired 2D beat 'em up. Besides that, you have a heavy attack, you have a quick melee attack, you have ranged weapons, and within those, you got pickups in the middle of the match that enemies could drop. They got different type of weapons that they have where you can use those against them, and you could throw them at the enemies, and you can use them in different ways that you can't use your standard weapons. It's just super deep combat for it to be a game made in 2013. Now, I know the PS3 wasn't like a PS1, you know, and we were kind of getting in the groove of really pushing these consoles to what they're capable of today, but even for it to just be a 2D game at that time, I think that's why the PS2, somewhat of the PS3 360 era, was such a great moment in gaming, because these games had a lot of passion put into them. Even the smaller titles, like I said, even games like Ragdoll Kung Fu, I really liked, and it was just this small game that a small indie studio made for people that love gaming, you know. But Shank 2 just, I feel like there's elements in that game that games we don't get to see today. I mean, I think you got some here and there where you got stuff like Risk of Rain, which is why I'm starting to dive into these videos a little bit more. Just going back and appreciating old titles that had a lot of love and passion put into them, despite not having all of the money and all of the marketing put behind it. But Shank 2 just really showed me that there was really a point that games love being video games. I mean, they want you to, it's only about a 4-hour playtime, but they want you to keep playing the game to unlock everything. Nowadays, you just buy everything you want to unlock. You know, you got Spider-Man and stuff where you unlock skins, but on this, you know, there's different things you have to accomplish to unlock different character models. They want you to unlock different skins for each character. You know, you want to always try to best your last score run, but you don't have to pay for anything, and this is a smaller game, so the budget was already small. The buy-in price wasn't too high, but even once you're in there, they're figuring out ways to make you play. They have a co-op survival mode. Like this is just so much they packed into this small game that really makes you realize that you don't have to put microtransactions and endless gameplay loops that just really feel asinine to do just for the sake of doing it. They're giving you a reason to keep playing. This game, I bought it for 10, but I don't know. When it came out, it was probably maybe $20, but it was a big step up from Shank 1. Like I said, the survival mode, the co-op mode is just super fun. Like you and your friend could just hop in and play it together and just try to, you know, run as long as you can in the survival mode. It's just simply a fun time and just something I would say to satisfy just that 2D / beat 'em up itch you may have that you want to scratch. If you've never played Shank or Shank 2, I would just suggest Shank 2 because it's pretty much Shank 1 with more to offer. I'm excited for Prince of Persia, which is why I even started looking at these games, like I said. But this is just a small recommendation. This is not a game review. Again, you know, I'm not doing reviews. I'm just highlighting games that I think the community, my community, and lovers of games would enjoy. If you never played it, it's on Steam, $10. I don't think you have anything to lose, and I think you will enjoy it and find some fun times in that game. It's really short, but like I said, I really want to get back into it and just try to unlock everything I possibly can from this 10-year-old game. Thanks for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the game is winning. I'm out.